If you are watching this on YouTube, hit that like and sub button. It means a lot. If you follow my Twitch, it is in the description video. I'm grabbing this pillow, putting it on my lap because that's usually how I do it. Goddamn this chair. But, anyways, today's video. Oh, well, actually, before I get into it, make sure you do hit that like and sub button. It means a lot, and it helps the video grow in YouTube algorithm. So it is great to feed that algorithm. Anyways, we're gonna start doing this type of content where we're talking a lot more. Especially when I move. It's been hard, and I will update when I do eventually move, regardless of what decision I make, because there are two decisions I can make currently. I can move at two different places, and one of them is rent free. The other one, eventually I'll have to pay rent, not right away. But my point is, if I pick the other one, I can also travel and things like that, which we'll get into that a different time, not right now. Anyways, today we are going to actually be reading entitled single people who probably want to, or should, not want necessarily, but want to lower their standards. Anyways, first up, let's read this Tinder bio. Hey! Exclamation mark. And I actually have one of my own that we will get to right after this one. Hey, here are my non-negotiable deal breakers. So don't swipe if you are short, less than 5'11", or 180 centimeters. Let me explain this. Now, if you're in America, the average height for a male is 5'7". Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 5'7". I mean, okay, if you want people that are taller than that, fine, but, that's genes, Live with your parents or have within the last 5 years, that's understandable, but the second part of that isn't understandable, or have within the last 5 years. Like, there are millionaires that make the decision to still live with their parents. Like, it's literally their decision. But not to mention that it's possible that your parents live with you too. Like, if you have to take care of them and things like that, right? Like, people take care of their parents. It's not always the parents taking care of their kids. Just saying. Have roommates. Who fucking cares if whoever this guy is that you're looking for has roommates? Like, obviously, I'd be like, who gives a fuck, right? Like, I understand, like, what you want private, I understand that part. However, do you always have to go to his place every single time? If so, then are you hiding something that maybe he should be aware of before even swiping right on you? Just saying. Except for you're probably not getting a lot of matches with this many, standards. And then this one is even worse. Never been out of the country. So don't swipe right if you've never left America. Now, I don't know about you, but a lot of people actually haven't left America. A lot of people. It's sad, don't get me wrong. I think it would be cool if we all traveled somewhere. I'm just saying. I get it, we can't though, right? But here where it gets confusing. Do not go on any more than 2 vacations a year. So, you expect them to leave the country and travel somewhere, but you also only expect them to only have 2 vacations out of a year? That's that's so fucking dumb. It really is. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can use those vacations to travel, but usually within a year you're not making 100 like 100 grand every year, depending on what it is. But anyways, next one. Watch MMA or boxing. So basically, or then they said like anime. So basically they just don't want somebody who likes anime, which is like whatever. Whatever. Who cares? But basically that's when they're tapping into the entertainment industry, like MMA or boxing or anime. Like, who gives a fuck? They're allowed to watch what they want. You're literally controlling what somebody watches on their free time just to date you. You're not you're not really worth it, honey. I'm just gonna say it. You're really not. Just pointing that out. You're really not. Don't have a clean home. Now, for example, if I went to go point out my room, my room is filled with boxes because I'm still waiting to fucking move. It's still a mess, right? It is. Uh, there's not much I can do about that right now. Other than sure I can, take everything out of the boxes or put it all, somewhere else. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Why would I take my time out of that, right? Anyways, this one is it's understandable, but it's at the same time because you could still work this and still make what you need. But this person wants you to work more than 30 hours a week. Now, this feels like a really sketchy thing. Like, you want them to work more than 30 hours a week. What are you going to do while they're working 30 hours a week? Are you going to actually be working too and helping the house, or no? If not, you shouldn't expect like something out of your partner. How about they're allowed to do what they're allowed to do? It's their own fucking life. Just because you're in it doesn't mean anything. Sorry to spoil that, honey. I know you think you're like the main character of your life or whatever. You're not. Okay, you're not. Like, this is the person that goes to the gym, and when somebody realize or they record themselves, and then somebody doesn't even know they're recording, walks in front of the camera and walks out of the camera, and then the person's like, "Oh, why'd you do this?" Like, literally the biggest Karen move I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it happen. Literally, it was kind of crazy, but I don't know where the video is, but there's a clip somewhere on the internet that's like that. It's fucking great. Anyways, will need to work past the age of 65. So not only this person wants you to travel to different countries, doesn't want you to watch any entertainment, she wants to be with you till you're over 65. So definitely she wants that standard, a placed relationship of wanting to marry. But at the same time, it sounds like she wants to marry you to divorce you when you are over 65 and you are retired. That all the money that you have built up, most of it goes to her when she divorces you, unless the guy fights it, of course. But most guys don't. Except usually by the time you're older than 65, you usually do start to realize shit like that. But anyways, who cares about that, right? Anyways, next one. Have never cheated or have ever cheated. That's understandable. That's completely understandable. You don't want somebody that cheats. That should have been it should have just said somebody who doesn't cheat. You know, like, that's it. Like, I don't know why they had to point out, like, ever. How about just in general? Like, it makes me think that this person has cheated on so many people, but only looks towards her potential partners and goes, "Oh, this person's a cheater. Don't want to date him." But then realizes that she has all those potential partners, and then then she just, like, decides, hey, let's just create a Tinder account and probably, not get any matches. But let's say she does, but they're usually probably fuck arounds. I'm just saying. But okay, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. You're allowed to have your fuck arounds. Not saying anything like that. But if you are in a committed relationship, that is a no-go. If you are in a relationship and you decide to cheat on somebody, screw you. Seriously, you're a terrible person. But also, if you are cheating, you should probably break up with your partnership. Just saying. For your own health and for theirs. But continuing, I mean, seriously though, if you're gonna be that selfish, you might as well break up, because you're gonna have to take care of yourself. Because if you're still in a relationship, you still have those thoughts, unless you don't, which makes you even a worse human being. So, that's a whole different topic. Anyways, have kids. That's understandable. You don't want somebody who has kids. Understandable. But this person was 35 years old. So, what are you looking for? Okay? Like, these standards, I'm telling you. Have a cat or cats. Okay, I don't really care about that. A cat did something wrong with her. She's just, I don't know. Don't love Mexican food. Well, I mean, I like all food. I don't love Mexican food. Like, who cares? Who cares, right? Like, if somebody doesn't like Mexican food, there's tons of other foods out there. And hell, if the guy or whoever still wants to, um, you know, because you can still like Mexican food, not love it, right? Because she says don't love Mexican food. That doesn't mean you can't like it. Like you just don't eat it all the time, right? So I'm just pointing that out. Anyways, are awkward in person. So now this person wants the other person not to be awkward. However, a lot of the times you're out on dates. Now, don't get me wrong. Being awkward, I know because literally the last time I went on a date, I was the most nervous and awkward person in the world. It's been fucking years. Well, kind of. I mean, I've dated since then, like been in a relationship since then, but I've never been on a date, in a while. Even then, it wasn't really a date because we didn't do much. We just hung out, and that is a date in a way. But anyways, we weren't completely awkward. Like there was a point where I asked her, I was like, "Hey, may I hold your hand?" While we were driving back, and it was cute. Like I'm a very romantic person, so that's what I do, right? And that's what I did, and I held her hand, and there was nothing wrong with that. Um, so where the next one says do not take initiative. Now I did take one because I asked, hey, can I hold your hand? Just being cute or whatever. And yeah, I gave her a hug when she dropped me off, and then well, that's a different story. Yeah, it's too much. But anyways, being awkward is definitely a really, really big thing of mine. It's I'm terrible. Or at least at first. Usually I have to actually like talk for a bit. And sometimes I do talk about a lot of different things while on a date, but that doesn't mean it's not awkward. I have ADHD and all this other stuff, so it means that I always talk and jumble on my thoughts and I sometimes talk too much. And that can screw up a date too. But that's not really my fault either. That's just ADHD, things like that. But anyways, I wanted to give. I don't have it on my phone, but I used to have a screenshot of this person that was on Tinder. But basically, they said that their standards were they didn't want to, or they wanted to talk to somebody for a whole year before meeting up. You're on the wrong internet. Like, you must live in La La Land. Okay, first off, no one, and no offense, I'm not attractive, but this person was also not attractive. And I'm not sitting here thinking that people have to wait a whole year to meet up with me. No, because I actually don't care about that. I really don't. I'd rather meet new people, become friends with new people, and meet new people, right? Makes sense. And this person seems to, you know, not want anything like that and wants to meet up with people a year after talking. First off, no one's going to waste their time with you, to be honest, no offense, because there are plenty of other people who are looking for relationships, but also looking for whatever else they're looking for, fuck arounds. Rather than date somebody who doesn't want to meet up with you for a whole year. I just don't understand the inclination or anything that goes through people's minds that are like, hey, I'm not going to meet up with anybody for a whole year because they're strangers on the internet. It's like, yeah, but so is, I mean, like, if you really think that this person, let's just go with a random name, this guy named Bill, right? Bill, what a name. Um, is gonna like kill you or whatever. And when you go on a date with him, first off, what? That's not gonna happen. But second off, you go on a date with him, let's just say he literally waits a year and then the date doesn't go well or he's awkward or whatever it is, right? And then this person was like, "Oh, it's okay," and then all of a sudden starts talking shit behind his back because the date didn't actually go well. Um, and he waited a year just to hang out with you. I'm sorry, no one's doing that. No one. Anyways, yeah. And also, Bill isn't like some crazy dude or anything. He's just a random. I mean, he's just a nice dude, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like if someone, really was like, "Oh, he's a stranger," blah blah blah. Well, you're gonna have to take chances in life. It's no difference than going to the store and meeting up with somebody there, or going to I mean, just meet up in a public place if you really feel like creeped out or anything like that. Because I know some people have like like PTSD and things like that. That usually meeting up in public places can help that. I recommend that. Not to say that you can't meet up outside of that though. I believe that you should be able to if you feel that you want to and that you can. If you don't feel like you can at all, then why even meet the person in a public place in the first place, right? Don't waste your time, but also don't waste the other person's. And that's on God. Okay. Anyways, next one. This person is talking about food. Now, okay, I'll read it. And I have no food here, and it offered anything I want. I wouldn't know what to say. And if offered, my bad. So basically, this person's asking for food. Now, this person said and replied, I wouldn't know what to say in any context either. So I hear you on that. Well, first of all, Grubhub, Uber Eats, or DoorDash for sure. I tend to go for fast food and desserts when I'm feeling depressed. McDonald's and Wendy's being the MVPs. Yaha or haha. And then the person responded, I don't buy food. And then the other person said, what do you mean you grow it then? And this person said, nope, have others buy it for me. Now, I'm not going to get too much into this, but this person was like, I'm so pretty, I never buy food. Because, I mean, can we be honest? No, well, maybe. Maybe. Depends who it is, but basically, I'm going to say from my perspective, right? And let's say it's a female. Now, if a female sat there and said, I only get food from others, they buy it for me every single time, I never buy my own food. Imagine, imagine being that pretty, I guess, and to like other people are just buying you food constantly, like no matter what, like always, every single time. They're like, yeah, here you go. I just bought a pizza for you. You wanna, like, that would be crazy to me, but that'd be kind of fun. Anyways, now, next one. This one is controversial, kind of. Anyways, this person is a girl, and they're texting their person they just went on a date with. I think next time you decide to take a girl out on a date, you should at least pay for it like a gentleman. Now, I agree. However, if you did not talk about it beforehand, that's a problem with both of you, not just her. But yes, if the guy took her out, he should pay. However, if you both kind of came to the conclusion that you're going to go out and date, you're like, hey, should we hang out or whatever, right? And the other guy was like, yes, we can go here. Just picking out a random public place, not necessarily taking you out. That's both of you kind of agreeing to it. But if you would have just said, oh, I don't have money, would you be able to pay for me? There you go. Easy. It's human connection, human talking, or human texting, I guess, too. But I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Anyways, then they said, also, think you should give me back the money that I paid because I thought you were inviting me out, which is what you said. It was $35, so you can send that over now. Now, let me explain something to you. No one, and I mean no one, if you went on a date and the guy or whoever didn't pay for your half or whatever, right, and you would like the money back, no. How about you move on? It's $35. You make that 3 hours? Like, like modern people make it in 3 hours. You can make it in less time, to be fair, depending on where you live too. It's actually crazy to me that people like this exist. Now this is very, very. It has to be an older guy because he is 50. Anyways, let's read it. No head games or bullshit. Single white male, 50, seeking single white Asian Hispanic European or Mid-Eastern female, legal age to 30, to be my wife and have my children. If you guys don't know what's wrong here, I don't want to point it out. Prefer a brunette or redhead? Okay. How about that just doesn't matter? Put a petite, under 140 pounds, 5 to 5'9" tall, no drug addicts, no word we cannot say, no another word which is literally the same thing. However, their idea of let's not say the word, let's say um, cut instead. My idea of a cut is any woman by the age of 30 who has more than 5 sexual partners at the same time or in throughout life. Five isn't very much. I have more than five. I only have 8. It's not very much, but still more than 5. Like, who cares, right? At that point, it's crazy to me. It's like first off, they by the age of 30 only has more than 5 sexual partners isn't very much nowadays in modern times, especially what this person's looking for. Um, and then they put preferably a virgin in like gray text. I can't. I can't. Now, there is a very bad race in between that I will point out. They just say, I will not have any female who has had sexual relations with a black person. No exceptions. Bro, who who's matching with you? Like, no one. Like, it doesn't even matter if you just point that part out. It does sound kind of racist, doesn't it? Probably because it probably is, literally. Anyways, next one. She will stay by my side or at home, even when I'm at work. If she wishes to work, she can do so from home or by my side. Now, to be fair, she can stay by my side or at home, even when I am at work. If she wishes to work, she can do so from home. Now, if you're like, I mean, if you're one of those people that like just want to stay home and like whatever, right? Go for it, I guess. But I mean, I still think you would still have better options than this, to be honest. But it's there, I guess. Anyways, continuing. If she wishes to go out, she will have to do with me by her side. Now, this is just getting bad. Now, not to say you can't go out with the person that you're dating, right? Like, you're allowed to ask, but don't force it upon somebody. They're just older people, man. I will not put up with a so-called girls' night where she can fuck around on me. She will have to earn my trust. The last part, she will have to earn my trust, is true. However, that's not to say that you can't go out for a girls' night like with the boys, so it's a boys' night at the exact same time, so that let's say the girls all have partners, and then your friends are their partners or something like that. That's possible, and you both can go as a group. There is no problem with that. And she will have to earn my trust. That's understandable. That part's completely understandable. However, the fact that you're pointing out all this other stuff tells me you're not somebody who gives out their trust very much, and not in a good way either when you do. Anyways, next one. She will only have female friends. She will have no male friends. Now, my point about like male friends and female friends, it depends. Okay, if you're like the bestiest or of friends with a male, it's fine. But there comes a time where it can become romantic for the male. I've been friends with. I mean, I can live without being dating the girl or whatever, right? Like if I was a friend with a girl, because it's happened before where I've liked somebody that I was friends with, and I mean, I didn't date or anything like that, but and we were friends. That's like there was no problem with that. There was nothing to be jealous about, like from the guy. Me and him, we were good. It was good. You know, I would hang out with her. I would get high with her. You know, we were cool. Um, but yeah, there was like nothing that happened. You're allowed to be friends with people you like, and that's the truth. If you don't love them, love is a different topic. Love is hard to be friends with somebody you love. It really is. It's not, but you still are willing to risk it if it is love at the same time. But you don't realize that, and then you still realize that you wish you were the one making them happy. Because I've been like that for 3 years. Anyways, different topic. Anyways, I will not tolerate being lied to or cheated on. Now that's completely understandable. Neither would I. But okay. She will be given a lie detector test every 6 months till she earns my trust. Now, every 6 months. So that tells me even after the first 6 months, you still won't trust them. Then why the fuck are you even in a relationship with them in the fucking first place? Because after 6 months, you take a lie detector, they still don't earn your trust. Oh, another 6 months go by, they still don't earn your trust. Like, why are you in a relationship with them? Isn't that a waste for not only her but also you? Like, it just makes zero sense to me. But okay. She will do as asked when asked. This guy, dude, just that's all I gotta say. This guy, man, it's crazy. And then here's the double standards. I've seen it with my own eyes. Women are very shallow. I'm short, ugly, and broke, so I don't date. But my good-looking friends get the hottest women and the most women. Gee, I wonder why. Now I'm gonna point this out before I read this. Most people are average. Okay, you live in America. I'm average. I mean, I've been told that I was average. I've been told that I was 8 out of 10. I've been told by some that I was like 9 out of 10. I don't give a shit about this ratio of like, out of 10 though. I seriously don't. But if you want to really point that out, most people, females, males, whatever you are, whatever your gender, or even, like anything really, um, are average people. Like no one's that tremendous. No one's that goddess like. But that's not to say you can't look at somebody and truly love them and like them for who they are and their beauty. Um, and realize that is the most hottest or beautiful woman right there. And that's the truth. Now, the fact that he says the hottest women, which means that he's sexualizing them, that's why I pointed that out in that conversation there. And that tells me, and then they say get the hottest women and the most women. So they get the most women. It's just crazy, bro. And then, anyways, the second person said, how many short, ugly, broke women have you asked out? And the other person said, why would I do that? Hmm. Maybe because you have to confirm. Well, broke, I don't really give a shit about. Broke, you don't have to be broke to be happy. You can be broke and be happy. It doesn't matter. Money isn't about everything. Sorry to, spoil the story, but it's true. Money is not everything, and people pretending it is. And the people that usually do pretend it is everything. Now, don't get me wrong, you need money for like rent and things like that, but at the end of the day, what can make you happy isn't always based on money. For example, seeing something isn't fully based on money. You're seeing that with your eyes. You still went there and it costed you money to go there, but did it really, is that really what had to happen in order for you to see it? Sometimes, sure. Sometimes you needed that money. But let's say you went on a road trip with a group of friends and you didn't have to like pay for anything, for example, other than like maybe food or whatever. Um, guess what? Technically, you didn't need that money, and you still were able to live life in some sense that you actually ended up being more happy without being broke. Now, I'm short, but I don't give a shit. I'm ugly, but I don't give a shit. I'll I'll keep dating people that even are higher standards than mine, or not even dating, because there's a whole different topic on that I will talk about in the future, but not for now because let's just say I might not be dating ever again. I don't know yet, but anyways, basically, it's crazy to me like people like this exist. It really is. Anyways, we're just gonna read the next one because we're all timing on the YouTube stuff. And this person said, I refuse to date a man if he can't afford to fly me to Greece or Dubai. You don't deserve a man who does that. That's all I gotta say. This next one, unapologetically, my list for men is. This person is an FDS strategy coach. Anyways, must have completed and graduated with a bachelor's degree or higher at least 1 year ago. Uh, I just ghosted a man after finding out he graduated December with his master's degree. The fucking cringe in that. Must make $100,000 or more, either with a job or via a business. No expectations. Must be 6 foot 1 or taller. No exceptions. If there is an age gap, it must be no greater than 5 years. No exceptions. He must have a completely intact hairline and all of his teeth. No exceptions. He must work out regularly and have a visible six pack. I will not date fat guys. Well, you can be. You don't have to have a six pack and you won't be fat. This person's okay. He must be free of drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. No exceptions. He must be childless at the time of matching. Um, he must have never ever participated in the armed forces or related fields. I swipe left on all veterans. I ghost block and delete any man I match with that later reveals that he served in the military or in the armed at any capacity. Same applies for cops, firefighters, EMTs, guards, or relate. I feel bad for those EMTs and every other department. Like I feel bad for them, man. They're not going to be able to date such a wonderful person. Am I right? Like that, I feel bad for them. Wow. He must not have access to fire weapons or firearms or weapons. I see a gun in his profile. I swipe left if we match, and he later reveals that he hunts or shoots for sport. I block, ignore, ghost, and delete him. No expectations. Now this person. Now I don't agree with ghosting. However, if people are gonna ghost, this is definitely the person to ghost. Now this person said no misogynistic men who use incel language in their profiles or low effort profiles. Don't get me wrong. When I'm swiping right on females, because that's what my interest is. Um, and or swiping left, whatever it is. It's it's always like there are tons of people who like I'll swipe right on, sure, but if you have nothing in your bio, I won't really message you to be honest usually. So, there's that. But the other two part, no misogynistic men who use incel. Now that's agreed upon. But don't act like you are Miss Perfect, because you are not. Just saying. Anyways, he must be within 15 miles of where I live or there is no deal. Why can't they just leave? Oh, I'm not waiting more than 10 minutes for a man to pick me up. No expectation. Okay, no, some exceptions. So like the person could be 20 miles. 10 minutes. I mean, you take like an hour to put makeup on, right? So like doesn't it take around like an hour to put makeup and things like that because you really care about makeup? And this person definitely sounds like somebody who takes their time out of their day to put so much makeup on. Now 15 miles to drive to your house or whatever is not bad, but you also got to remember that, like, how many people probably live by this person? Unless they live in a bigger city, I mean, probably not a lot, to be honest. And if it was me, I would get as far as I could away from her. I joke, these are my jokes, but it's true. You know, he must not be religious. I'm not giving up my Sundays or eating any weird shit or sacrificing anything to any god or traveling on a pilgrims anywhere or doing any weird realistic shit ever. No expectations. Now, traveling on a pilgrims does sound fun, and I'm not even religious at all, but that doesn't really sound religious that much. I mean, like a little bit, sure, but nowhere near as much as it could. Weird ritualistic things, understandable, but not be religious at all. It's kind of hard to find, but at the same time, it's really not. But I'm not religious, but that doesn't mean I won't date a girl that is, like fully devout Christian or whatever, as long as she has their own standards, like not like the stereotype version of it. Like I know somebody that's like one of my best friends that is a Christian. She was married, and divorced at a very young age, because that's how she grew up. But she also still believes in God and all this other stuff that I don't necessarily believe in. But for example, it's like, she has crushes on guys that, end up ended up bad, she's allowed to have that, right? She's allowed to marry, she decides what she wants to do. And that's true. I agree with that completely. Now, this person said, next up, he must be handsome. Now, I really wish I had a picture of this person because I got a feeling if you want somebody so handsome, which by the way, most men are also average. So, anyways, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, next one is this girl actually got or stood this guy up, um, and then he refused to pick her up the second time. Anyways, she texted him, you didn't want or you didn't wanting to pick me up. I have lots of boys chasing me from tindermeetup.com. They buying gift to me and pampering them. If you're typing like this, I could already say you're not worth the time. They not letting me by myself in public transport catch coronavirus, not safe. So they're not letting you get corona. Good for them. We got some helpful boys. She calls them boys, not men. She calls them boys. She doesn't call them anything else but boys. Cringe. Just saying. They're boys because they're chasing you. No, they're boys, but you're just a girl. You're not a woman. If you're a woman, you'd be respectful, you'd be honest, but you also would not be so demanding as this person truly, truly is. I want a boyfriend with a nice car, nice house, nice job, and Australian citizenship. So this person, I'm guessing, is lives in a different country, but is talking to Australians or something. I'm very confused on that, but okay. After I become his good, loyal girlfriend and sleeping together, he yelled me staying in Australia. Now, I understand wanting to get his citizenship to move to a different country because that's literally what this person's doing. It sounds to me like they were gonna break up with them or divorce them, I should say, when they got to the city just for the citizenship. What has happened in so much in history. It's kind of crazy to me. It's really disrespectful to a lot of people, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I think you should be able to move wherever you want to, but at the end of the day, dating somebody and then marrying them just for citizenship is kind of crazy to me, but it happens. The full message is not, it's not being able to read, but I'll read what I can. I ask you, you didn't tell me you having any big house, good job, money, and citizenship. I am studying, no money. I am pretty girl, don't need working one day. I find rich boyfriend spoiling me and buying me makeup and paying surgery, letting me looking all the time. I don't know what this says. And then it says beautiful in the middle of it. That's the only thing I can make out. But if you are like this, just because maybe you think you look beautiful on the outside, you're not beautiful on the inside. Not with, not with your I don't want to say gold digger, but it is a gold digger, so that's the only way to really put it. Anyways, this person is homeless and has 3 kids and is making demands on the dating app. They're 4'11", they're plus sized, they have 3 kids, current homeless. If you have home preferred, Jesus first, no sex till marriage, men only, serious inquiries only, no face pictures until text, must make good money. Now, if I had the richest amount of money now, don't get me wrong, I would still be doing the same thing I am now. I date people out of my league and have since I was born because guess what? I don't believe in this league bullshit, and I really don't. Like, I've had successful relationships. I've dated people that prefer, or like I would prefer that they weren't in my league, or I would say they wouldn't be in my league. It's crazy to me that, like, but anyways, they're plus size, which I don't. I'm like, as long as you're trying to take care of yourself, I understand if it's genes, that's understandable. But if you are purposely doing it, it it's kind of, it kind of sucks. And then 3 kids. No one's gonna take care of you if you have 3 kids. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's true. Wait, how old are they? They're well, it says they're 18. They're not 18. It doesn't say what their age is then. They're 4'11". I don't really care about your height. No one should care about height, like, at all. I don't care if you're male, female, or whatever. I really don't care if your height is 6 feet taller than me. You can be 8 foot taller than me. I'd be like, okay, I don't care. Like, I don't. That's not our personalities. That's the truth. And the only way we can do that is actually talk about it. Anyways, currently homeless. Now, that one by itself, like, if you didn't have kids, you didn't have all this shit, and you were taking care of yourself as best as you can while being homeless, then maybe, just maybe, you would have a standing relationship. But also, we don't know how old you are. No one knows what you look like, so we don't even know if you're actually taking care of yourself throughout anything else. Um, and then they say Jesus first. So they're very, very religious, strictly religious. Uh, and then they say no sex till marriage. But they have 3 kids and divorced. Like, I got a feeling I feel bad for whoever the ex-husband is. I really do. I really do. This person does not deserve to take care of their kids at all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, first off, you're homeless, so like, regardless, if you're really not a lot, I mean, like, it sounds like the father isn't even in the life at that point, right? I mean, maybe he is, but it's very hard to tell. Anyways, they say no sex till marriage. I'm okay. That's okay, right? Like, if anyone no sex till marriage, that's fine. I think sex is overrated, to be honest. And then they say men only. I mean, you're just a girl. You're not a woman either. I'm sorry to say it, but it's not. Serious inquiries only. Okay. No face pictures until text. So no one's gonna actually know what you look like fully until you guys start texting on a different platform or like on a phone number or something. It's confusing because you're actually looking at the guys you're swiping right or left on, and you can see their faces instantly, but they can't see yours because you don't want them to. Well, I'm sorry, no one's gonna match with you in the fucking first place because a dating app is for seeing them first, and that's the truth. That's a bad part of dating apps too, to be honest. But, anyways, must make good money. Now, if I was making tons of money, I'm going to say it now, my money would not be going towards the mother. It would be going towards their kids and only their kids. I would set up the kids their own banking account somehow. I don't know if I could do that, but the father probably can. I would set up their own, but like if I had my own money, but also I wouldn't also date this person anyway, right? So, I can't really win there. Anyways, this person's a flat earther. They said, I'm a 25-year-old single mother looking for a future partner. So far, that's fine. But they're posting this on Facebook. I am Latina, 5'4", curvy, smart, super funny. Now, if you're saying you're super funny yourself, instead of saying your friends say you're super funny, you're probably not funny. Smart, well, like I just said, if you didn't realize that your friends saying you're funny is a better statement than saying yourself is funny, then you're probably not that smart. Maybe you are, but it's just a point I had to make. And then curvy, now, like I was saying, depends what curvy really means. I don't really care what their height is. They say they're 5'4". I'm 5'5" or 5'6". Okay. I haven't had any good luck with finding men I am looking for. Flat earther partner that is ready to settle down. Now, they want to find men who also are flat earthers, which there's not very many of them. There are some. But also they want, well, no, that's all they said. They want to, here's the requirements. Body count can't be higher than 1 to be equal. So this person's only had sex once. Can't be younger than 20, which is fine. Can't be younger than 21. Understandable, but okay. Must live in Texas. No e-dating. Texas is a really terrible place now. I wanted to move there because of taxes, but maybe I shouldn't. I'm kidding. But, come on. Must not have a ex-girlfriend that is prettier than me. So, how is one person supposed to determine the prettiness of their ex and the girl they're going on a date with? Because obviously, the girl they're going on a date with, they would want to call more pretty. However, like the girl that they're going on a date with, is the person that needs to decide if their ex is more prettier than them. How about you not give a shit about their ex in the first place? To be honest, because I bet you 99% of the fucking relationships you get in, their ex isn't even part of their life. Just saying. Hardworking? Okay. Must be an expert in cha-cha. Is it cha-cha? Or is it chaka-chaka? I don't know what it is. It's a dance. That's all I know. Must be an expert in that because you're Latina. Okay, I guess. I mean, how about you just teach the guy because that's romantic. How about you go, hey, we're gonna do the cha 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 or whatever it's called, and dance with him. Just saying, because that actually creates a relationship between you and that person. Just saying. Just saying, man. Has to be super smart. That could like be determined by anything. Like being super smart could be creativity. It could just be you're smart at science, math, or you're talking about all of them because that's not gonna happen very much in the modern time. Sorry to say it, but it's true. Must be super attractive. You don't sound very attractive to me, or at least your personality doesn't. Just saying. Uh, can't have small lips. Also, they say no overweight. My bad, I missed that. Now, we'll get to that in a sec. Can't have small lips. I feel bad for people with small lips. I don't. Um, no buff people. So people that are strong. Okay, but then you also say no overweight. So you want somebody who's has a dad bod, but also isn't completely a dad bod. So just basically what I have, which is like my abs are almost there, but they're not there. But then I also don't have like crazy muscles either. So like me basically. um, doesn't talk back. I'm gonna say it now. If your partner talks back to you, they're allowed to. But so is the other person. They're both allowed to talk back to each other because that's how you fight and get through things together. And if you guys fight and you guys don't get through things, then you didn't deserve each other in the first place. Just saying. Does whatever I say. So you say to do one thing and you expect the guy to do something, but if he tells you to do something, you won't do things. Okay. Doesn't look at other girls at all. Understandable. Uh, you know, a little bit. I mean, I feel like there could be exceptions. Like, if he was looking at like his mom and he was giving them a hug or something. Like, I don't get that, but okay. Isn't super clingy. Now, it's crazy how this person's like, I don't want a guy that's super clingy, but then also is clingy themselves. I've been called clingy in so many of my relationships, and I realized how clingy I really am, which is not very much compared to all these people, because it's crazy to me. Jealous, but not too much. So they want a guy that gets jealous, but not too much. Well, first off, if you're making the guy get jealous in the first place, that's already not good. It's not good for either of you. Anyways, next one. Doesn't have friends of opposite sex, so they don't want female. They don't want the guy to have female friends at all. Now, I've already talked about it, so I'm not going to go into it, but doesn't watch X-rated videos. Well, I'm going to say it now. X-rated videos are probably better than being with this person. Most importantly, has to be a flat earther. I don't like arguing. And then they have pictures. I don't want to click them because I seen one of them and I see one of them and yeah, not good ones. Anyways, dead end dating profile. Female asked me, male for a ride at 2:07 a.m. I am not that desperate. Dating user match. Good morning. They said good morning. Applied opening at 9:12 a.m. and then at Tuesday 5:04, which is the same day, p.m. Hey, busy day. A few days later, 2:07 a.m. Hey, and the guy goes, well, hello. How's your evening? And they go, do you drive? Yes, lol. So instantly they were trying to get a free ride. You know he's broke when he buys you water. You know you're broke when you depend on someone else to pay for your meal. Ooh, so true though. So true. I mean, at the same time, I mean, if you didn't give if you didn't ask for what you wanted and you said, "Hey, I just get her a water," what's the problem? Okay. Now this person's name is Brooke, 24, 20 miles away, or not 20 miles away in real life, but like that's the description. Short guy, swipe left. A man under 6 feet is not a real man. Sorry, not sorry. Now I'm gonna go back up. Now this person, let's just say this could be genes, but they are not taking care of themselves or even trying. So, and like I understand, you're beautiful the way you are. I understand that. But if you still don't take care of yourself, do not have standards that a man has to be be tall, has to be above 6 feet, and then all of a sudden a man under 6 feet is not a real man. Sorry, not sorry. Well, you're not a real woman. You're a girl. That's it. You're just a girl. You know. Smoker, swipe left. That's fine. 420 or 420 friendly, swipe or pass. Which I mean, 420 friendly doesn't even mean the guy has to smoke weed or anything. Like it doesn't mean necessarily that, but whatever. Make under 100K, not interested. Well, if anyone is making above 100K, they're not interested in you too either. Sorry, like just saying they have higher standards that actually can work for them, unlike people that are more broke. Um. Anyways, this girl said, I see what your limit is. My ex paid for everything for 4 years straight. I'm not going to get with a guy worse than my ex. I can do better than that. So this basically person is saying that they can do better than their ex who paid for everything for 4 years when they were in a relationship, and then they don't want to date a guy worse than them. They paid, first off, not everything is about money. I hate this. I hate this world we live in so much because there are people that are like this constantly. It's so annoying. Like, can you just get a relationship for real? Anyways, written on a classroom whiteboard. So this is a teacher looking for somebody who's, good. My standards for women: smart, not smarter than me, but close. Well, why, what's the problem with them being smarter than you? I mean, you sound like you're pretty stupid already. Anyways, physically attractive. I'm not. I'm too hot for someone ugly. No, you're probably not. Over 6 foot. I don't care about height. Why is everyone athletic? Athletic. I mean, it depends on the athleticism. And what do you mean by athletic? Like, but at the same time, athletic kind of can be okay. But at the same time, who cares? Or you could say athletic because I go on hikings. I would like to take her with, or things like that. That's more understandable. Or just say you go biking, you would like to take someone with. That's more understandable, but you just point out athletic, it's not really the greatest. Religious, same level. I don't know what that means other than this person's religious. Same music taste. Okay. Work ethic, same interests, blah blah blah. This guy like golf. Okay, well this guy likes golf, by the way. Um, that's all. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, I'm done. I can't go on. This is done. Anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like and sub. It means a lot. From my Twitch in the description of the video. Also, make sure to join that Discord and follow the social medias. Really true. Also, if you go to my link tree in my Instagram, you will find books. My books are done. I will record videos on them later. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. Hit that like and sub button. I apologize if I ever messed up in this recording. It's been a bit, so Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace.